How's it going, everybody? Little Joe from Back Bay Scale Customs. I'm going to make this real quick video on a project that I'm calling the Jump General. Now, this is the body of the General that I've been working on. Still got to do a little more polishing. There's still some polish on it, as you can see right there, but very shiny car. And she's going to polish out real nice. She is. But I got some stuff I want to show you. Now, the Jump General is, it's not going to be exact, but my idea for the Jump General is that it's like a B unit car. You got A unit when you shoot, B unit. The A unit's where all the stars are at and all the star cars and grade A done cars are. But B unit has the jump cars and the stunt cars and whatever. Now, I started this thing just to try to do a real good General Lee, and then I changed my mind. And I'm going to do a Jump General. Now, she's already got carpet in her. She's only going to have one seat. Now, this is the seat that comes with it, which is wrong. They added this headrest. The General didn't have it, or this just doesn't look right to me. So I took it and I cut it. And I put some for sale sign on it right there. And there it is. Now, I'm going to show you how to go from this to this. Now this, if you Google it, this isn't perfect. This is just my first attempt. This is what it looks like when you take the door panel off a 69 Dodge Charger. And the idea is that the car is not going to have the door panels in it and stuff like that, because it's a jump car. It's a B unit car. That's a cat behind me that I'm going to shoot and put in a crock pot and eat. I shall call it, well, never mind. But anyway, you can see how that goes. But I'm going to show you what you need to do this right quick. And some people use Dremel tools, and they're okay in some application, but they cut very quick, and you can make mistakes easy. Now, this is some for sale sign. This is the more expensive for sale sign at Walmart, and it's pretty thick. Now, to put fillers and stuff in there, you got this cheaper sign that's very thin. Now, what you want to do is you want to take one of these corners, one of these corners here, right there. And I've already got something set up for you. You see how I've taped this to these two corners? Now, you got two perfectly straight corners, right? Now, you see I've done some cutting. And what you do is you take this X-Acto blade and you very, very slowly score with the back of the blade, very slowly across that until you go all the way through. And what you end up with is an absolute perfect replica. Now I'm going to pause the video for a minute and I'm going to finish that last cut and get it out for y'all. So hold on one second. Alright guys, now if you do it right, you line everything up right and tape everything up properly like you need to, and take your time with an X-Acto. Take your time, it's not going nowhere. You don't have to clean it up or true it up or try to make it fit or try to just clean it up later with a file or whatever it is you might want to do. What you end up with is an exact piece. Now this piece right here, a little bit of light sanding just to clean off the edges, but not to true it up, because you don't have to. It's already been done. It's already been done. You can take this, I'm trying to get it off here with one hand, which is a little, oh, check this, hold on. Okay, there it is, there's your piece, there's your piece. Now you can see this original piece right here, fits on there like that there. Now, this piece fits on there like that right there. It's perfect. It fits. Now this will be this side here. And that's it. That's what you do. That's what you need right there. Oop. Or that's how you do it. Now you see this is pretty thick cardstock. Not quite as thick as this is, but it's thick. It holds, and this here, all this stuff here, this is some of that thinner for sale sign right here, and a little half round underneath it, and all this is half round, to mimic the stamp in the door and to mimic the stamping. This is, my idea was a piece of aluminum with some rolls in it to stiffen it up. Now this is just a test piece just to see, so I did everything very quickly. But with a little bit of cleanup, this can be used. You know, see, the method that I use to cut the holes out in the door isn't exact. You know, I just rushed through it right quick just so I can get a feel for it. And this piece is not actually cut out perfect either. But I will do some cleaning up on some things and do whatever. But there you go. That's what you need. So, you know, you need some tape, maybe a Sharpie. This is some of the half round, you know. And you just take your time and you do it. If you do it, if it's worth doing and you're gonna do it, take your time and do it once. Do it once. Look at everything and get it right. Do it once. If you use a Dremel, now when you're doing heavier stuff and doing certain things, yeah, using a Dremel tool may be your option. But for to cut this, or say I wanted to cut a sunroof in this, well, a real easy thing to do would be cut out, measure everything out on a Sharpie on this material. Measure out the size of the sunroof that you want, okay? And the curved edges, everything you want on that, right? Then you cut it out on that and you clean it all up and you make it look good and smooth and the shape and everything you want, right? And once you got that, then you take this piece that you've cut, this die basically, and you lay it up on wherever it is that you want to cut, and you tape it down and you score along the edge, right? And when you get to the tape where you've had it taped to move, just move around it. Once you got it scored good, then you can move the tape. And how I suggest moving the tape is put some more tape down where you've scored everything well, then take the tape off that you use to hold it straight. Then that way it'll never move. Then you can score all the way around that with the back of your X-Acto blade. And what you will end up with, and you know you got to keep your blade straight and go nice and slow, the back of the blade, what you'll end up with is a nice, clean, straight, thin cut, a very thin cut, and that's what you're looking for. You want it to fit in there very tightly, and if you can do that, you can use the insert for other things, you know, maybe even a half-made sunroof, you know, half pulled back, whatever. But that's how you want to do it. If you use a Dremel tool or you try to eyeball it, you end up with making a ton more work for yourself than you needed to, and it doesn't come out looking as good as if you just did it the right way the first time. So I hope that I have helped y'all, and y'all can use that. Another tip is when you're painting, after you do your primer, go back with an X-Acto blade and score, not trying to cut, but score all your lines, your body lines. Then put another coat of primer on it or whatever it is you're doing, then score it again. Then put your first coat of color, then score it again lightly. And it keeps them deep, especially if you're working. My favorite color plastic to work with is black, because you can score through it and it just gives you a beautiful panel line, you know. So that's another little tip. But I hope y'all enjoyed it, guys. Sorry for my rant the other day. Sorry about that. I just got angry, and I felt that I wanted to say what I wanted to say, and I hope that this helps you guys. If you want to cut something, don't be afraid to do it. It's not that hard. Just listen to these steps that I showed you here. You know, listen to what I showed you. You know, if you're going to make a plug or a die for a shape, be sure it's more thick, you know, and be sure you map out that shape on this piece, on a piece. You know, say you wanted to cut Z's, 2 lightning bolts, like ZZ Top. Yeah, like 2 Z's. Well, you could put the template there and score around that very nicely. You can even glue, if you're not going to reuse the plastic, you can glue the template directly to where you want to cut it out. You can just glue it there and it will never move. Then you can take your time and you can score around using this as your straight edge, as your guide. That will never move. As long as you go nice and slow, you won't get off track. And then you can cut all kinds of designs in all kinds of things, you know. So that's just a little tip. I hope you guys can use it. I'm Little Joe from Back Bay Scale Customs, and we'll see you guys later.